What's it about? So for the past 4 or 5 days, I've been having a issue with my nose. It has been the left nostril has been really blocked. And on the first day, I noticed that there was some kind of flesh type thing was sticking out inside my nose, and it made me harder to breathe. It blocked everything. So it turns out it's called the nasal polyps. Something to do with the inflammation of the blood vessels in my nose. And the more you blow your nose trying to get the mucus and the sinus out, the more inflamed and more damaged the existing inflammation gets. So it gets pretty worse as the days goes on, and you keep blowing your nose harder and harder, trying to relieve yourself, but it doesn't work that way. You have to look into things that the doctors won't tell you, and all the conspiracy theories and shit like that. Basically saying it has nothing to do with cold exposure or allergies or anything like that. It has mainly to do with your lack of aerobic exercise. It has to do with what's that called? Diet. Because if you eat carbs and shit, as in like processed, preservative laden, hardly processed like foods, like carbs mainly, that's gonna mess up with your insulin levels, and that's gonna mess up with your nasal cavity. It's all sciencey shit. I had to work this out by myself. It's not hard. You have Google. But so 3 things I found out: diet, cardio, and hydration. If you get those 3 things in check, your inflamed nostrils start shrinking. The inflammation starts to shrink away. So there's been a lot of progress since this morning. This morning it was huge, basically covering up the entire nostril. Now it's like a quarter of the size of what it was. So that's massive progress. All I did was stop eating carbs today, drinking force feeding myself to drink loads of water, and doing cardio today. And it has shrinked considerably. So if you're going through anything like that, and to avoid future polyps, you gotta maintain this kind of lifestyle and habits, if you would. Just making sure you're hydrated, making sure you're doing your daily cardio, making sure your diet is on point, you're not eating bad food.